get a job, not lose a job. What I seem to think is happening is that you're not doing anything but smoking weed and doing nothing.
That's not
And
right.
that's not gonna, really? You just left your grandma in the car?
Yeah, because I needed to get up here. She was my only way to get here.
Is she in a,
Does she have a license to drive? Do you even have a license to drive?
I don't, sir.
Everything we asked you to do, you did the exact opposite.
Sir, I was working on it. I just need you to help me with this.
Today we've got an entitled teen who's making one wrong move after another, and it's like she's speedrunning her way into a future she won't be able to crawl out of. She walks into this courtroom acting like nothing matters and the rules don't apply to her, which is always a great way to impress a judge if your goal is jail. The tension hits instantly because you can tell she genuinely thinks she can do whatever she wants without consequences. The judge, on the other hand, is looking at her like she's a walking checklist of don't ever do this while on probation. And the deeper she digs this hole, the faster she seems to shovel, almost daring the system to respond. It's messy, it's reckless, and it's the kind of case that shows how quickly a little teenage ego can snowball into real legal damage. So the real question is, does she finally get the wake-up call she's been begging for, or does she double down and make it worse? Let's go ahead and dive in.
What are you doing with your life, man?
What am I doing with my life? Right now I'm currently barely getting stable at the house. I just recently moved house
Right.
with my grandparents, but we switched locations from over there Galleria to over here, Aldine, Westville.
Still living with your grandparents.
Yes, I'm the only one that lives with them. I'm the one that tries to help them out.
Okay. How old are they?
They are 65 and up.
They don't need help.
are they ill?
My grandma is.
Hey, what do you do? Are you working? You going to school?
I'm not working no more right now. I just recently left my job 2 weeks ago.
Why? I told you to get a job, not lose a job.
I already had a job when I had first seen you, but I left it because it's 40 minutes drive. It's a 40-minute drive away. I don't have transportation right now.
So what have you been doing between now and then, since the last 2 weeks?
Well, I've been looking for a different job nearby, and I got an interview coming up on the 8th for Academy.
I'm sending you for a drug and alcohol test now. What are you going to test positive for?
For THC.
Not going to go well for you, Ms. Castillo.
I should be there from the first time that we got arrested.
So you haven't smoked since the last time you've been arrested? Judge, I think she's saying it may be something still in her system from when she was here. I don't see the date.
I mean, from August?
That's what, 60 days?
Really? Really?
Yes, sir.
I'm sending you for a drug and alcohol test right now, Ms. Capetillo. What I seem to think is happening is that you're not doing anything but smoking weed and doing nothing.
That's not
And
right.
that's not gonna, really? We'll see. I'm sending you for a drug test now. You must come right back and we'll see what happens.
Understood.
Thank you, Judge.
What happened?
Positive.
For what?
THC, no alcohol. Because we don't know the levels, but that's.
How old is she? How old are you?
I'm 19.
That's it. You stay with me. I'm revoking your bond, man.
Make an exception to tell somebody to bring my grandma, because she doesn't know how to drive, and I drove her up here.
Where's your grandmother?
She's up in Louis Belly. It's like a restaurant from here. I just left her parked there. She doesn't know how to drive.
You just left your grandma in the car?
Yeah, because I needed to get up here. She was my only way to get here.
Is she in a,
Does she have a license to drive? Do you even have a license to drive?
I don't, sir.
so your grandmother drove
It's
you
like
or
one
you drove
thing
her?
after the
I
other.
drove my grandma here.
Why'd you
I
bring
don't
her
have
here?
any transportation, sir. I had to
You can't drive if you ain't got a license and insurance.
I was trying to provoke this. I was not trying to get arrested, sir.
Everything we asked you to do, you did the exact opposite.
Sir, I was working on it. I just need you to help me with this. I'm just asking you for like one more week, and I'll get it together. I haven't been smoking. I'm sorry. That's been there for a minute. I haven't smoked because I know I have.
Yeah, I believe it.
The tests are gonna eventually show something else, and you're not gonna believe me.
I don't know what to tell you,
can
Mr.
tell
Slatter,
you.
but I mean, it's like, it's literally, it's one thing after the other with
Hear me
me.
out, sir. Judge, can I speak to you?
You know what? I don't want to talk about the case, and you're really in enough hot water as it is. Because the problem is your grandmother probably doesn't have that many resources as is. So who do you have now that's going to pony up $10,000 to get you out?
This defendant can't do a single thing right to save her own life, and honestly, she's moving like she wants to be arrested just for the lifestyle change. She's sitting around all day doing absolutely nothing besides getting high, and then she caps it off by driving without a license or insurance like it's the most normal thing in the world. Her decision-making skills are so bad, they could be studied as a public safety hazard. And quitting her job while she's on probation when employment is literally a condition might be the most self-sabotaging move I've ever seen. That also raises a very real legal question. How was she even getting to work in the first place? Because either she was driving illegally this whole time, or she somehow had transportation she magically forgot existed today. And if she did have transportation before, why didn't she just use that same option instead of breaking the law on her way to court? Judges take that personally, by the way. Nothing irritates them faster than someone violating the law while actively showing up to discuss their last violation. You could see it all over the judge's face. This was his last straw, and she walked right into it like it was a trampoline. The second he revoked her bond, you knew he'd been holding that decision in his back pocket, just waiting for her to give him a reason, and she delivered. She's only 19, not even old enough to legally smoke in a lot of states, and already stacking up violations like their collectible trading cards. What makes it even scarier is that she has absolutely no concept of how bad her record is going to haunt her later. That lack of awareness is the part judges fear the most, when someone's young, reckless, and completely blind to consequences. Watching her spiral like this is sad, frustrating, and honestly a little terrifying because she's
Was be clean and do something productive.
I can
She goes with you. Well, hey, Mr. Slider, what was her last name?
Capatillo,
Capatillo, that's right.
Page 6.
page 6.
Not only that, she bond forfeited how many times? I don't know what to do. I really don't.
Try to figure out what our grandmother has to do with. She has.
Because the problem is that like, I can't let her drive home. She don't even get a license and insurance. So even if I let her out, I can't let her drive. Will you do me a favor? Will you ask her if grandmother has the ability to drive?
Drivers, or is there
Right.
someone else that can come here and drive her? I'll find out.
Please, I'll let you know that I'm bringing you out here because I feel really bad. But you've done nothing to help yourself. But smoke weed, you're driving without a license, and you continue to violate conditions of this court. You didn't show up like a week or two ago, you know? So it's one thing after the other. We are trying to do everything in our power to get through to you, to try to better yourself and to get to, we truly want the best for you. But at this point in time, you're your own worst enemy. You're doing nothing for us to also help you out. If I let you go now, that's enabling you, telling you it's okay for you to continue to conduct and act like you're doing. Ms. Capatillo, it is not. Me, if I let you out now, it's enabling you, and I refuse to do that. I want you to understand that we mean business. And this is what happens when you don't follow conditions. We mean business. No catch and release here. Good. We'll see you in a couple days, and I really truly hope that you now will appreciate this, okay? I'm not letting you out.
No, you're not.
What I want you to understand is that if I let you out, you will get the understanding that it's okay for you to continue to do what you're doing, and it's not. One more thing. I'm not going to let you plead guilty just to get out. You pleading guilty to a theft case will be the absolute worst thing you can do because you will become unemployable. No one will hire you. You will be unable to get an apartment, a loan for anything, to get a car, a house, apartment. You want funding for financial aid for schooling for this, not with a theft conviction.
understand that.
But I want you to understand that we mean business, and I hope that this is the length that we have to go to. All right? Okay, thank you. Whoa, hold on. I need to decide this. One more thing. The most important thing in this life, do not drive without a license and liability insurance. You will be signing an affidavit with me right now. This is a promise you're making to me not to drive. And if you do, I can have a contempt hearing and you can be facing up to 180 days in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. If you get into a car and you get into an accident and you don't have insurance, you've completely messed with everyone. And I know you don't have money. But if you get into an accident with someone who's got like a BMW Jaguar, or even whatever it may be, they're out a ton of money and it's not fair. All I'm trying to do.
Or another with her, and she has no clue how deeply all of this is going to cut into her future. I genuinely hope she eventually realizes the judge isn't trying to be a villain here. He's the only person in the room actually trying to slow her freefall. He's doing everything he can to get it through her head that the choices she's making right now aren't sustainable in the real world. And once that conviction hits her record, it's like she just signed up to play the game of life on extreme difficulty mode with no tutorial. Employers check records, landlords check records, even some schools check records. She has no idea how quickly these decisions snowball outside of the courtroom. And being only 19, she's operating on pure impulse without understanding the long-term damage trailing behind her. Judges see this pattern every day, and the sad part is they know exactly where it leads if someone doesn't intervene. That's why revoking her bond wasn't just punishment, it was a desperate attempt to force a reset before she becomes an adult with a criminal spiral she can't undo. Sometimes a few days in custody is the only thing that gets someone to stop, breathe, and finally realize that the world doesn't bend to their wishes. Do you think she'll actually learn from this?